Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 2128, the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Cliff, and this one is under the command of Angelina75 of OLIMP. And it's, well, the last replay, I think, in their weekend line competition. I'll tell you more in a second. Okay, well, game's underway. And this is actually the first replay which I've seen from the couple this week. We've had a bit of a problem with Salty Jedi website as well as with What Replays. This is the first What replay from the couple that's actually come through for the competition. And it came through very late indeed. It was dated the 17th at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm afraid it's the first and the last replay that I've actually received this week, but I think Talon and Angelina will probably be able to tell us what actually happened. Okay, we've got a Ho-Ri 1 trying to make his way up to the sniper's nest. I think he's already gone past that spot, but the shell went in his direction. Hopefully that connected. I don't think it did actually. I think the Ho-Ri managed to get past that spot before Angelina fired. But she's got a number of targets to fire at, including a Basante C45, BK4502. I think the Basante is going up that little ramp there to try and spot. And it's a tier 10 game with tier 8 tanks in it. Yes, it seems a very odd dispersion from the enemy team. Nobody's trying to make it up onto the donut, and nobody tried to go up the hill. Bit of splash there on the E50M. That's the tier 10 medium tank. Oh, Arty just landed behind us. So the enemy Arty, which is an M53, M55, is trying to counter battery. Okay, we've got a VK. He just went down, taken out by our E4. The E4 is actually in the sniper's nest, and we're looking for a shot now on the Basante, who's gone up the other side there. Can we get a shot? No, because we can't see him. That's one of the biggest problems for Arty, is that we don't get good spotting. If our teammates don't spot the enemy, we can't shoot at them. Now there are some other enemy tanks in the neighborhood, but it's these guys, and we're not going to get much stun assist off these ones because they're not in sight. Well, he did get a hit. Now, Angelina got a hit, 284 from that one. The only place they're in sight from are right up on top of the hill. But those guys are very unlikely to fire at the targets. And in fact, actually, we did actually get some stun assists there on the Object Treble 7 version 2. And in fact, it's taken him down to only 73 hit points. So Angelina has benefited from that one. And she's about to take him out of the game altogether. Rounds out. Yep, direct hit as well. That's very good because there wasn't much showing. And you notice what she's doing. She's actually going back to the spot where the enemy Arty fired at, and then moving back to actually moving forward to avoid any counter battery, and then moving back to actually take the shot. Or is she doing it sequentially? She's moving back to shoot, and then moving forward and making another shot. Rounds out the E50M again, and this time 170. Yes, she's actually doing it the other way, so she's She's moving to a new firing position, but she's just moving backwards and forwards each time. And so the M53, M55 is probably going to 50-50 it. He'll probably fire at the position she was in before, but get it wrong. Oh, now we're seeing some changes. The enemy's come up onto the donut, and now we've got serious problems. Because some of those tanks are actually going to go for some of our guys, like the Minotauro. He's a little further up, but we can definitely damage that 268. We'll go for the brass, because that's thinner armor. Rounds out. Direct hit. And a penetrating shot. 883. So that was a valuable shot there on the Barask. So it's reduced his hit points dramatically. Now, can we get the side of this Skoda? Very difficult to penetrate the Skodas from the front, but if you can get the sides, you can damage them severely. Okay, we've got Tornvarn. What can we do about him? Well, he slowed down just for a moment there to take a shot, changed his mind. Okay, can we get a shot on him? Rounds out. This looks good. It is direct hit on the turret, or what there is of a turret. 378 hit points. Yes, so this replay came in so late that I'm not sure if it actually counts or not, but I haven't seen any from Talon, and I've looked at my list to see twice. Nope, there's no replays from Talon at all. Now, unless he put them somewhere else and I didn't see them, I don't think we've got one, so this would count as the only replay I've seen. But of course, Angelina would know exactly what Talon's managed to get during the week. Of course, it is bad if we can't upload the replays. I've had a couple of replays myself which I could have uploaded. Replays where I've got a Top Gun in Arty, and of course then you just can't put them up if the system won't upload them. Okay, that Skoda just been wiped out. She's gone straight back to the bush or the tree, fallen tree where the enemy was, but now she's got the 268 rounds. Oh, she did fire. Oh, she got a hit. 316. The guy was moving away from the firing position, and there was a huge rock in the way, but the shells were coming down with such a trajectory that she could actually get it on target. Now, we're only one up on the enemy at the moment, so it's still anyone's game. We know that there's two enemy tanks up on the sniper's nest, a Strib 103B and a Ho-Ri, and we can take a pretty good guess as to where they are. Normally there's one behind that bush. Okay, looking for the Brask. Okay, now we've spotted him, and look at that, he's very low on hit points. He takes another hit, and a bad one at that. He's trying to escape. Angelina could get a kill here if she can get it close enough. She's got a red line. No, nothing yet. Can she get... It's between those columns. The columns are causing the problem. She can't see where he is, but if you can get a shell near him, he will expire for sure. Yeah, those columns keep getting in the way, and there's nothing she can do about that, except, well, if she does fire and hit the column, she'll knock it down. But the 268's a one-shot as well, and she might be able to get a kill on him. So now we've got two tanks coming in that corner. Well, the 7032 has been wiped out by, well, not the 703, the Tornvarn's been wiped out by the R7032. 703122, actually, I should say. We're aiming to try and hit the 268. He doesn't want to come around the corner. Okay, we've got a tank. It's the Ho-Ri 1, and he just took out our T100 LT, and now he's trying to get down from that position. Angelina's aiming. She's aiming for the 4 point. Now, if he did go down that spot, he would have been damaged. Okay, there's a lot of fairly badly damaged tanks in that area. There's the 268. He did come around the corner, but we didn't have him in sight. and that's why Angelina couldn't get a shot. But she will take him out this time. So, about to get another kill. Rounds out. Oh! He moved away from the spot fairly quickly, but I reckon he was stunned. He's gone back round the corner now. He knows it's too dangerous. And we don't know where the Baraska's gone as well. I don't think we can guarantee that the Baraska's on that area. He's probably pulled away as well. We're looking for counter battery just to see if we can see the tracer. If he's not down here, he might be up in the bushes. A lot of players now using the bushes near the cap area, again, because they're good angles that they can use. But we're going for the Hori one. Rounds out. Looks good. Oh, and Angelina looked away. So we don't get to see if that did any damage. Because, of course, the shell would disappear if it was a direct hit. That's the clue. With an unspotted tank, you won't see the figures come up. Or shouldn't see the figures come up. Okay, she thinks he's over here, but he's actually over there. Okay, lined up. Bit further back, I think. Rounds out. Is he moved? No. And the shell was... It fell well short. And I think that's RNG. Now, she could change position. There's no reason not to change position. She can move up closer to the cap area, occupy some of the bushes. She thinks he's there, but I suspect that he's actually changed position, knowing that counter battery is rather hot on the NA server. Angelina's doing it now rather than because she's got nothing to fire at. And that enemy, not enemy, our own E75 is in the vicinity of where the Barask was last seen. The 268 stuck in that little alcove just the other side. He's gone. 7032 got him. Now it should be just the 7. Well, actually the Hori's pulled back. The Striv 103B has been killed, so he's no longer up on the heights. So we're guessing that he's the enemy M53, M55 is still in this area, just waiting for the tracer. There's the Barask, he's come back. Oh, bad news. Now can Angelina get a shot? Nope, she doesn't need to. The Leopard got him instead. The Hori one just got found. There is a T-30 in play. Only 3 enemies left. 2 tank destroyers and the Arty. We can't see the T-30, but he's probably on that corner. The Hori one is being protected by the T-30 as far as I can tell. But we're just trying to work out where the enemy Arty is. I would have thought he would actually still be over on the left side, because the only way he can protect the Hori or get shots on our teammates, because the cliff would actually prevent him getting shots in that direction. Okay, the Leopards found the T-30. Angelina's trying to get a shot. She's got the angle now. Will this work? Probably not, because yeah, he's hiding around the corner. He's so fearful. He comes around the corner and he does get stunned, and that's going to slow his reload down, but he got rid of the stun fairly quickly, and now he is taking damage. We're getting track damage, so obviously we tracked him, and Angelina's shell didn't get a direct hit, but it did do enough to slow him down. Okay, almost loaded. He's down to a 1 shot. The Leopard 1 wants the kill, I think. Rounds out. And the kill goes to the Leopard 1. The shell was just a fraction of a second too late. Now everybody is heading towards the Arty. There's no escape from that corner. The last enemy in that corner now. Everybody wants a kill. Angelina has got 1 kill, of course. Oh, and there's the enemy. Okay. Rounds out. Oh, it landed behind him, but he was killed by the Waffenträger auf Panzer IV. Here's the end of battle stats, and it was a second-class tanker for Angelina75 of OLIMP in the 212A. She managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. She managed to get 13, and she also got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on her team, despite the fact that she actually got a kill in that game, the Object 777 version 2, and some nice hits on him as well. When it came to team scores, we can see she didn't get the highest damage in the game. That went to the Hori one. 4,331 hit points of damage went to that guy. Second highest damage went to the enemy Arty, and he managed 3,702. And the third highest damage also went to the enemy team, the Object 268, who managed 3,024. Angelina managed 2,866, so she wasn't far behind these guys. And in actual fact, there are 3 members of the enemy team ahead of her, 1 member of her own team, which means she's 5th in place on damage. When it came to kills, though, it was the Leopard 1, the Waffenträger auf Panzer 4, and the Object 7032 on her own team, and the Hori 1 and the Batchat Barask on the enemy team, who all got 3 kills each. So they share the top spot on that page. And the Skoda T56 gets the second place, I suppose you could say, with 2 kills. Angelina only gets to 1. So third place on kills. When it came to base XP, we can see that the highest scorer was the Object 7032 with 875. Then the Contra Caro, who managed 860. And in third place, the Leopard 1, 830. Angelina only got 819, which puts her a little way down, but if you look at these scores, they're all about the same. So it wasn't so much the fact that she's worse off than these guys, because there's not much difference. It's only 41 experience points between Angelina and the second place person, and only, what was it, 56 hit points when it comes to the top scorer in the game, the Object 7032. So let's have a look at detail. She fired 16 rounds, which is a decent amount of ammunition expended. 5 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which we actually saw was the Barask. It was a good shot, good target selection. She saw something which she knew has very thin armor, and there was a good likelihood she was going to get a penetrating shot on him. 12 splash, damage of 2,866, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 9 in the enemy, killed 1. 414 hit points of damage assistance, that's where she tracked the T30, and 513 of stun assist off at 12 stuns. Not a lot of stun assists in this game. I think actually, again, it was her teammates weren't looking for the targets, and even if they did see the target, they just weren't shooting at them. So Angelina missed out on a huge amount of stun assist. And I think this is quite a common occurrence on the Cliff map. You're much better off on maps like Malinovka and Prokrovka, simply because the enemy is normally in sight of your teammates at most times. So if you do get a hit, there's a good chance they might be able to strike it whilst it's still stunned. On a premium count, she actually earned 119,842 credits from that game, but it's mainly down to the personal missions payout, which was huge, and also 3,073 experience points. Now, yeah, she says, oh, well, no lying. I haven't seen a replay from Talon that was better than this during this week. So I have to assume that Angelina does know who has the lead, and that Talon hasn't actually put the lead score up on the board, and therefore I don't have it, or I've never seen it. But all I can say is that if this was a losing game, then Talon must have done exceptionally well to get a much better result, maybe a first class and a Confederate or something better. But it's still a very good game by Angelina in the 212A. And it just goes to show as well, her technique when it comes to avoiding counter battery seemed to be working, because just by moving backwards and forwards between each shot through the M53 off, he knew that she was there, but he just couldn't tie her down. And as a consequence, he was wasting shells firing at her. And there was other targets that he could have aimed at instead. Angelina did aim at those targets to start with at the start of the game, but then when there was very, very sparse targets available. There wasn't that many that she could shoot at. She did start then going after the enemy Arty because it's the only other thing she could do. And she did work on the basis that look for the tracer, and she found him, but RNG wasn't being helpful. So hopefully a new week has started because it is a Sunday, and we will be getting more replays sent in. Hopefully what replays will be working okay, and I will be able to get these replays working. I did try to get in contact with Salty Jedi website, but it's the same group of websites that does What Record and the others. So I presume that he hasn't updated something, and that's why it's not allowing uploads at the moment. And consequently, we're not being able to send in our replays and get them to work. I hope that people do keep hold of the replays that they do have, which they do want to upload. And when that site does work, please do send them in, and I will try and get as many done as I can as quickly as possible. If you were waiting for a replay on the Sunday, I'm sorry, I was actually playing all day because I have, as you know, four accounts on the EU server and 1 account on the NA server. And obviously I'm trying to maximize the amount I can do during the holiday season. So I'm taking at least 1 day out a week to try and play as much as I can, game after game after game on each account, so that I can get all of the holiday bonuses. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a like, do subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.